All right, all right, all right, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, somebody played a cruel trick on me and they put Diet Mountain Dew in the fridge where I wanted regular Mountain Dew. You can't do that to the brother, man, not on a Friday night. So, I mean, but how's everybody's Friday doing? This is my second podcast tonight. Shout out to everybody that is watching. We'll be watching later on. I got some general announcements. Going to try to hook up something called OBS. That way, when I do these shorter podcasts, I'll maybe be able to have some music looped in the background. But I got to figure out how to do that. Number two, I am looking to put the podcast on iTunes. I am looking to put the podcast on iTunes, so or upload it. I had no idea how to do it, so I'm gonna probably get some. Probably gonna go ahead and get some help on that one. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that done. But hopefully everybody's having a good Friday night. What's up, Ryan the Professional? How you doing? If you aren't subbed to Ryan the Professional yet, go check out his content. Also, I want to give my condolences to Carlos Fernandez. He good dude. He had a loss here recently, and I can appreciate that coming off, last weekend. That's all I went to 2 funerals myself, an uncle and aunt. So my condolences to Carlos, and certainly keep him in your prayers and his family in your prayers this weekend. And we're all gamers, we're all big family, so you know how that goes. We're gamers, we're nerds, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, but when something like that happens within a family, we all kind of rally. So and did I finish God of War? Yes, I did. So there will be no God of War spoilers. And the Infinity War, these are questions that I filtered, or my niece ran through a filter program, and these are the top 10 questions that I got after Infinity War. So, and then we got the solo early reaction. So, but again, it is Friday night. Certainly hope you guys are. I guess I can plug up my controller. Hold on, let me plug this up while I'm doing this. Let's see here. Yeah, because that's it. Yeah, I can do this. All right, and I'll just do that. There we go. All right, hold on again. Not charging up right. Ugh. All righty. I'm back. Sorry for that interruption, guys. So I did this. So let's start, everybody. This is the PORCHLyTE podcast. So these run anywhere from a half hour to 45 minutes. Big shout out to Porter Rock 77. He had a podcast earlier today. Shout out to him. He said, I don't have a set time to do my podcast. Well, that's another thing I'm going to announce here tonight. So you all know the PORCHLyTE podcast is anytime after 9 o'clock. That will be anytime after 9 o'clock Eastern time. And so my regular Craig's Corner podcast, when I'm off work, I should be podcasting about 4 o'clock. That'll be like a 4 to 6 or 4 to 5:30, depending on what the news of the day is. It may not be a ton. And so that podcast will run like that. That way I kind of clear out in case I'm a guest, because sometimes I'm on a different panel. And those podcasts don't start till after, 7, 8 o'clock. So that way I can get my podcast done. And then you all can kind of have the little appetizer that I got. And then you move into the big stuff, your steak, your meat and potatoes and all that kind of stuff. But I'm like I'm the basket of potato skins and the curly fries, before your major podcast. So that's kind of the way I'm modeling the podcast. But I am looking to move it to iTunes. because I had several people say, hey, I'll be working out, I can't listen to it, so forth and so on. I'm looking into an app to possibly have for the podcast. I don't know how that works, but some people that are in something called IT college, they're looking to do this for a project going into the fall. So if I'm not dead or in jail, look for that possibly. So, but also the OBS thing. So big things for the channel if it works out. So, but we'll go ahead and get moving. So we'll start with the solo early reactions. So far, from what I've seen, the solo early reactions coming out of the trades is that it's good, it's not great. So it's a big adventure movie, and that's kind of the way you have to look at it. Excuse me. Alden Ehrenreich, that's who plays Han Solo. He killed it. He did a very good job as playing Han Solo. The addition of Chewbacca being there really helped with the story. Donald Glover killed it as Lando Calrissian, if you don't know who they're playing. And so that's not a spoiler. You can just look at the commercials and see who's playing that. But Donald apparently did a very good job. So, but the early reactions are skewing positive. So the opening weekend has tracked up. Now, I don't know if it's going to have legs like Rogue One. Rogue One opening weekend, my God, it was packed. So it made, I forgot, I think Rogue One was about 100. I don't know, it was a lot. But this is tracking to do more. Again, I don't know about the legs. So basically, a movie with legs means that it's got good word of mouth and that it's going to track well 3 weeks after launch. Like, is it called The Quiet Place or something like that? That's got good legs on it. Black Panther, when it came out, had really good legs on it. People went and saw that. Like, shout out to Michael B. Jordan. He was saying they could not account for people going to see it more than twice. They figured that 30% would go see that movie more than twice. Ultimately, 65% of that audience for Black Panther went and saw it at least 3 times. At least 3 times. I was one of them. So, yeah, like I said, speaking of that, like I announced earlier, the DVD Black Panther, the UHD Black Panther, it will be $27.99 at Best Buy. They dropped the price, I guess, to match Walmart. So that's apparently what they did. So yeah, but we'll go ahead and get into it. So if you all plan on seeing Solo, I'm going to go see it opening weekend. I will not do spoilers until Sunday night. So if the movie, I go see it Friday night, and everybody's got a chance to go see it, I will do a spoiler episode on Sunday. The spoiler episode, I try to talk to you all like we went to the movie together. Like you were sitting in the same theater, heard me eating the popcorn or eating whatever I was eating, drinking something. So if you don't want spoilers, do not listen to that podcast. That will be a PORCHLyTE podcast. And that, like I said, come hook or crook. So, but so yeah, so the early buzz on it is that it's a good adventure movie. That's the early buzz. So now, and there's some other people with much more detail. I know Christian Harloff, he didn't like it. He did not like it. Perry Nimroff, she really didn't like it either. She was on the fence. John Campea, he really liked it. These are the people that I listen to, that I source a whole lot of. John Roca, I believe his name is, he really liked it. So I'm going to say to people early, this is a matinee movie. This is a matinee movie. Now, the Star Wars fanatics are going. Okay, they're going. So we're going to go, and we're going to go opening weekend. I'm just trying to go see it Friday afternoon or Sunday night or Saturday afternoon. So that's when I plan on seeing it. I don't blame people for being on the fence. It's not been marketed very well. They also, this just broke about 2 hours ago, they have greenlit an Obi-Wan Kenobi movie. Again, they have greenlit it, which means that there's already a script. They've already cast it. They're going to start filming probably next year, by the end of this year. So, Ah, whew. I don't buy a lot of comics anymore. So I don't look at your twatter. Okay. So I will look at my twatter here later on, probably. So, but all right, we'll move into the top 10. Now, the way these Avenger questions are working, I tried to put them in order of the movie, but my niece, shout out to my niece, she ran them through a filter, and these are the top 10 questions I got. I got more than 10. I got over 250 questions, but these seem to trend to be the hottest. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to start off with the people's names because they may not want their names read. I can't, I may put up a disclaimer from now on. If you send me email questions, I will read your name. So, but I'll go ahead and start. Got my paper here. We'll start with the top 10. These are these are just the way I got them sourced out. So this is the 10th most asked question about Avengers Infinity War. Number 10. Who did Nick Fury page at the end of the movie, and why did he use a pager? Okay. All right. So at the end of the movie, Nick Fury is paging somebody, and you just see a symbol on the pager. That is the symbol for Captain Marvel. Okay, if you don't know who Captain Marvel is, this is Carol Danvers' version of Captain Marvel. She is Marvel's version of Superman. Okay, she has 10 powers that are untouchable. She has a power called binary, and it's exactly how it sounds. It is brutal. She basically can just overload everybody around her. She's one of the sexier characters in the Marvel universe. That they toned her character down in the Ultimate version of the run. They had glasses on her and stuff like that. They toned her look down, but in the original run, when she as Captain Marvel, she actually is she's a pilot. She's an Air Force pilot, and I won't get too much into it because the movie comes out next year, like next February or March. The movie comes out. So, but that's who Nick Fury paged. Now, why did he use a pager? Okay, because the last time Nick Fury saw her was in the 90s. So if you don't know, Captain Marvel is going to be set in the 90s, like 94 to 98. There were people didn't have cell phones, okay? We did not have cell phones, okay? We had pagers, So whether that was, I had a Sky pager. I worked at a hospital, and it was so cool when I remember going over to the human resources department and signing up for a Sky pager, going to Nextel, showing them the contract, giving them my ID, signing it. It was like $5 a pay period. I had unlimited $5 a pay period. So, that was back when you had a pager and a regular phone, the landline phone, you kids would call it. So that was number 10. So if you watched Infinity War, at the end, at the symbol that's on the pager, he is calling Miss Marvel. Now, where she is, we don't know. We're going to find out. So number 9. Number 9 is Avenger Infinity War Q&A. So yes, there are spoilers. And again, you should have already seen it by now. So shout out to everybody here. So shout out to Trey BK. How you doing, brother? All right, so number 9. Again, these are just in really no particular order. I just kind of wrote them down. They filtered in. Okay. Bruce Banner and Natasha, where did Bruce Banner go? How long has Bruce Banner been gone? Okay, here it is. And is Natasha him and Natasha still a couple? The answer to the latter is no. They are no longer a couple. It's not really established in the movie, but Banner's been gone for 2.5 to 3 years. He ended up as Hulk at the end of Age of Ultron, rolling out in a Quinjet. Now, it doesn't say how he got to where he got to Surkesh. We may never know. But it may have something to do with what's going on with Captain Marvel. We'll have to wait and see. So ultimately, that's why Banner did not know about what happened in Captain America Civil War, the Avengers breaking up, all that kind of stuff. That's why he said, that's why he was shocked when he said, you know, you broke up like the Beatles or something like a band. You know, that was one of the funnier lines. So he didn't know. You have to realize that he's been gone 2.5 years. He's been in space. He's been gone. Remember, he went from Surkesh to Ragnarok, you know, to back to Asgard to help Thor and all of them. So he didn't know, you know. So are him and Natasha still a couple? The answer is no. There is some speculation that Widow is hooking up with Sam now. That's speculation. Nothing's been shown. Nothing's been proven. Everybody put it back in their pants. So that's your answer for Banner. This is for Infinity War. He's been gone for 2.5 years since the events of Age of Ultron. I don't know if that's 2.5, 3 years ago. So he's been gone. Nobody knows where he is, who's got him. Okay. Number 4, where has Captain America been? Number 4, this is the 8th most asked question. All right. Where has Captain America been? Okay. He is no longer Captain America. His comic book character that you're seeing at this point is called Nomad. He is leader of the Secret Avengers. Okay. So that's who he's been. They're still going around doing stuff. They just, because people see him doing stuff, and that's why he had the beard. His hair is a little bit longer. So he is playing Nomad. Now, did they come out and announce he's Nomad? No. This is just an Easter egg for the people who follow the comics. Okay. That's all this is, you know. So, all right, Savage, I understand. So, yeah, I got you, brother. So, but that's who he is. So, number 7. Who exactly are the children of Thanos? They never said their names. Okay. We'll go ladies first. The woman, the female character, that's Proxima Midnight. Her spear that she had, or the whatever you want to call her trident that she had, it actually is from a condensed supernova in the comic books. So she hits you with that, you'll get put into a singularity, and God knows where you'll end up. Okay. So, but the female was Proxima Midnight. So all their names have to do with something dark, something black. The next one, the person who stabbed Vision in his back and he couldn't teleport out, that was Corvus Glaive. Okay, that was Corvus Glaive. Threw Vision on the ground, stuck the glaive in his in the stone. That's Corvus Glaive. Okay. The other one is the other one, the bigger guy, the brute, whatever you want to call him, that was Cole Obsidian. Okay. Now in the comic books, they're called, the whole group is called Cole Obsidian. They weren't going to call them the Black Order because it's a Disney movie. So they weren't, and that's why they didn't have Black Dwarf there either. So the one that was the brute, you know, Cole Obsidian. Okay. So the other one, the guy who was fighting Doctor Strange, that's Ebony Maw. Okay. So those are the children of Thanos. That's all they call them in the book. Also, you can add to that Gamora, okay, and Nebula. All right. So that's it, you know, so he lost. So in theory, the only one of his quote unquote children that are left is Nebula, you know, is Nebula. So for Thanos. Okay. Question number 6. Okay, here we go. Let me put that check mark next to that one. Okay. Number 6. Can you explain the stones and how each one of them work? Because we were having trouble trying to understand it. Okay. All right. So the stones. Okay. The gauntlet that Thanos has. It is all those stones can work by themselves. Okay. But the first stone he went and got was the Power Stone. That amplifies everything that Thanos does, okay? That amplifies it. All right, so that's why it's called the Power Stone. If you want to see it being used, that's what was used at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy. They used the Power Stone. at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy, the first Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, so but basically, so when he gets the Power Stone and then he gets the Space Stone, he now has the power to teleport anywhere in the galaxy. That's exactly what that's what he does. He just teleports. He just goes. Okay. He doesn't have to use the ship anymore. He just boom, boom, bounces around. So that's why when Banner got back to Earth, he told Doctor Strange and he told Tony Stark he already is the most powerful being in the galaxy. And he just had 2 stones. So there was no way for them to beat him. So, but that's how, let's remember the stones amplify each other. The red stone, that's the reality stone. So the reality stone is, now it's whatever, since Thanos is now shaping the reality of the galaxy, it's going to be whatever reality he wants it to be. He wants half a life gone to provide balance. That's the reality now. Until somebody resets that reality, that's the way it's going to be. All right. So what else? We had the time gem. Okay. So when he got the stone off of Vision's head, okay, what did he do? Because he witnessed what happened, he was able to dial it back. Had they just destroyed the stone, and when Vision said destroy it, Thanos would have been defeated. He would have been defeated. Okay, so that's how those stones, that's how that gauntlet worked. And the reality was, he said, I'll just snap my fingers and everything will be gone, because that was the reality he wanted. Okay, that's how he was able to do that. Also, that's a direct come down from the comic book, because that's exactly what happened in the comic book. So, all right. So, we'll move on. Okay, here's a Black Panther question, actually. I was disappointed with how Black Panther was used after seeing the Black Panther movie. Do you think we should have he should have gotten a little more say or something to do in the movie? Okay, all right. My answer to this is no. Okay, but let me tell you why. Because you can go to the movies and see Black Panther right now in all his glory. Okay, you can go see him in all his glory, Wakanda in all its glory, and things like that. It was nice to see M'Baku. It was nice to see M'Baku. So up there with him fighting, because remember, M'Baku's tribe is the one that kind of saved the day at the end of at the end of Black Panther. So my answer to that is no, and that's going to roll into number 4, which is a big Incredible Hulk fan is disappointed that we didn't get to see Hulk. Why didn't we get to see more of Hulk? This is question number 4. So we're up at number 4. This is the fourth asked question. This was sick. Shout out to Sick Humor too. So was Hulk scared, or why didn't he come out when Banner really needed him? And the answer is, you answered your question. Hulk was scared. Hulk was scared. He got beat down by Thanos. What's going on, Transformational Gaming? He got beat down by Thanos. So he's not going to come out. He's been mortally wounded. Not mortally wounded, but he's been really affected by what happened. And understand what he saw, because he didn't stop Thanos. He saw he saw what happened with Loki and what happened to Heimdall. So Hulk's afraid. And people are like, well, Hulk's not afraid of nothing. No, Hulk is afraid. So make no mistake about it. So we'll move on to question number 3. And this is actually a pretty good question. So this is about Infinity War. These are spoilers in these questions. These are questions that people had, legit questions, trying to answer them. Hopefully people are enjoying the podcast. Shout out to all you all in the podcast. So this is question number 7 out of 10. All right, this is the 3rd most asked question. Okay. Where the hell was the sexy Valkyrie? You got this one, okay? Valkyrie, who we saw at the end of Thor Ragnarok. Is there any chance that she escaped? Did she get killed? So forth and so on. Okay, now I can confirm, because this is coming directly from the directors, that Valkyrie escaped. Okay, she escaped and she is not dead. Okay, she is not dead. So she escaped, And now where they are, we don't know. They could still be in space. But remember, Thanos killed half of what was left of Asgard. So the rest of them are okay. Okay, so when he snaps his fingers, none of them are going to die because it's already half of them are gone. So it is what it is. So that was the third question, third most asked question there. So we'll go to question 2. This is a killer question right now. Who actually died? Did the people who got dusted actually die, or are they going to be able to come back? And if and when they come back, how much time will it pass, and will they remember anything? This is a loaded question. Okay, so let me start at the beginning. Who's dead? Who is gone? Who's not coming back? Loki is not coming back. All right. Heimdall is not coming back. All right. Basically, anybody, Vision is not coming back. All right. Not as himself. So Vision gets a caveat because remember, Shuri was analyzing his stone, and she's gonna make a synthetic version of Vision, and he won't be the same Vision, but he'll probably be more human looking, and he will not be able to change back into his vibranium body. So that's what I think is gonna happen. All right. So anybody who was after post snap, they can come back. Now, how much time has passed? We don't know. They have not given us a timeline yet. The timeline stuff should come out probably by November. We should have an idea because remember, they filmed both these movies at the same time. So it's just a matter of time before other stuff starts coming out. So anybody who died pre-finger snap is gone. They're not coming back. Okay, they're gone. They will not be back. So post finger snap, dusting, they're coming back. All right, you already know there's going to be a Black Panther Part 2. All right, Ryan Coogler is officially circling the waters now. He wants to do an all-female Black. He wants to do a Black Panther movie with nothing but the female characters. So this opens up to be a female Black Panther. Again, they could place this right after Infinity War. All right. So, excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Damn, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, they could place that right after Infinity War. So, but you know, they're making Spider-Man Homecoming. They're going to start shooting Spider-Man, the second Spider-Man with Tobey. My God, I was going to say Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland. They're going to start shooting that in July. So he's coming back. Okay, but we don't know the timeline. So, and that's going to lead me to the final question, which is Ant-Man and Wasp, and what will they have to do with the next Infinity War? Also, what do you think happens to them? All right, now I personally think with Ant-Man and Wasp, I think that when they go into the quantic realm, time will stand still. Will stand still for them. Time will stand still for them. So they will be okay. Because they'll avoid the finger snap. But I think when they come out of the quantic realm, Hank Pym will be gone. They'll be coming looking for him. They'll look for him, and they won't be able to find him. And all we'll see is like a newspaper and glasses. Then I'm going to assume the Wasp will turn on the TV, and she'll see how hundreds of thousands, millions of people, whatever, have disappeared around the planet. And I think that will be your end cut scene for Ant-Man. Now, that's just my opinion. I got no inside source on that. But hopefully that answers your Infinity War questions, because everything else was pretty point blank, okay? Thanos was going to win, all right, from the jump. So, yeah, Ryan, but he was also scared too. But yeah, I understand that. What's going on, sick? So what is happening? So yeah, I've not looked yet. So, but everybody should be excited. But those were 10 good questions, and these come out of the comic book from comic book people. So yeah, there were going to be spoilers and stuff like that. Yeah, ET broke my heart too, Thomas. Don't feel bad. So yeah, don't feel bad, brother. So so shout out to Jay Bonds. He's got a thing up where he thinks PS5 is going to be coming soon. I personally don't think so, but we'll have to wait and see. But okay, now while you all were in the chat, shout out to all 14 of you all being there. Excuse me. What do you all have any questions about Infinity War? I mean, any questions at all? I am happy to answer, or Black Panther. So, there's an interview with the directors regarding Hulk. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and what's good is that they are actually putting themselves out there. So you know, but it's good that the directors are talking, help clearing up some stuff. So what did the director say, Ryan? Is he like emotionally traumatized by what happened, seeing the other people die? You know, so you know, any questions about Thor's new weapon, Leviathan? I mean, Stormbreaker. Did you all notice Thor's new hammer is the exact same weapon that Kratos has? You all, I don't know if you all saw that or not. So, so yeah, I cried on ET. That was tough to watch as a little kid. So, of course, you think ET's a little kid, but actually he's like it's an adult. They said the character was over 400 years old. So yeah. Well, it looks like no questions for Infinity War. Well, all righty. Well, I'm glad everybody was able to watch it and enjoy it. And so yeah. So, but those are your questions. So they paged Captain Marvel at the end because she's about the only one that can help at this point. She's very powerful, and I'm not going to give her power set. She's got 10 unique powers. So he was refusing to help Banner when he wanted him. Yeah, that's cool too. Yeah, that's great. That's fantastic. That actually does make sense. So we may have overblown that a little bit. So, you know, that's cool. So I remember the Goonies as well. That's like 1983. The Goonies got remade. They called it Super 8. But it was pretty much a remake of the Goonies, except instead of having pirates, you had an alien. So, but nevertheless, it was good. It was good. So, but that's good. That makes sense. Yeah. That same interview, was that the one where they were at University of Iowa? Because that was I saw that one. That was pretty good. Also, Chadwick Boseman has another interview when he was on Twitter for about a half hour. He was able to. They're still riding that Black Panther. I mean, they're gonna be riding that for the rest of their lives. They just gotta get used to it. Weird Science. Oh, that's a classic. You know that had Robert Downey Jr. in it. He was one of the bullies. I think he was one of the bullies, I believe. Oh, you know the drink. Damn it, it's tease. You know. So Hulk refused to help Banner because he needed it. That actually makes some sense. Kelly LeBrock, yeah. At the time, Kelly LeBrock was the hot chick in the 80s right there, or the 80s, early 90s, I think that was. So yeah, well, that's a classic right there. So shout out to my boy Charlie, Emergency Awesome. This is another Infinity War video. All righty. Yeah, I'm waiting to see if anybody's got any questions. So, Sick, if you're still out there, you got any questions? Ryan, any questions? This is it. So, and shout out to Sick Humor. Check out his video on I think her last name is LeBrock. So he's got a video called "What Happened to Nintendo and 29 million Xbox One consoles." Oh my goodness gracious! But yeah, Kelly LeBrock, yeah, she was the way it should be. So that was back in the day, though. And Steven Seagal cheated on her with Erica Eleniak, the girl that was in the first Under Siege. I think she was a Playboy model or something like that. He hooked up with her. So 4K Kelly, oh boy, here we go with the 4K talks. So yeah. Well, yeah, all right then, guys. Yeah, like I said, this was going to be a short one. These PORCHLyTE podcasts are supposed to be short. And I do appreciate you all coming out here and hanging out. So, but it's Friday night, guys. It's 10 o'clock on the East Coast. It's 7 o'clock on the West Coast. And the PORCHLyTE is on, and I am going to get on up out of here. And you guys have a good weekend and keep it gaming. And I still don't have a headset for my Xbox because that thing is dog shit. It is dog shit. So, yeah, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, that's another classic. Matthew Broderick, I remember that one too. Yeah, I'm an old man. I remember all that stuff. So, all right then, guys, we're going to get up out of here. I appreciate you coming. Have a good weekend. You all stay blessed. And remember, if you go out tonight, wear white. Peace.